NCR Voyix is a retail and restaurant technology company headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia. As a global company, when we come to work each day, we see new names in our inboxes, we share elevators with other employees, and we pass by each other in the hallway. But just who are these people exactly? Many of us are colleagues, yet strangers. Let's take a minute to sit down and learn a little bit more about each other as people. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Not Just a Quick Look. I'm your host, Jenny Reinick. I work in marketing at NCR Voyix. I'm here today to highlight an amazing NCR Voyix employee, Gopal Ramachandra. Gopal, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jenny.
So start us off by sharing where you sit in the organization. So what team are you on?
I'm actually in the Chief Technology Office team working for Johnson, Rajakumar.
Awesome. And how long have you worked here at NCR Voyix?
So I've been with NCR Voyix now for roughly 2.5 years, joined in April 2022. This new shift into the Chief Technology Office role happened about 45 days back.
Oh, wow. Okay. So new to the role, but not the organization.
That's right.
And how did you initially find your job here at the company?
So NCR at the time, now NCR Voyix, found me through the executive recruiter. And the role I was kind of reached out to was to lead the sales engineering organization for retail. That's how I got started.
Awesome. And where are you from originally?
So I did multiple roles. Maybe I step back and give you a small intro into how I came in, right? So I started off my career with a system integrator, Wipro, a very large global system integrator. And I did do a couple of roles with many software companies, Computer Associates at the time, which is now acquired by Broadcom. And then HP was a major part of my journey, HP Software. And I've done multiple roles in HP, HPE, which became OpenText now, Micro Focus in between. But yeah, so multiple regions, multiple roles. That's what I've done before I joined NCR Voyix.
Awesome. Very cool. And what did you study in school?
What did I study in school? So
Yes.
I did my master's in computer applications, and I also did my MBA from London Business School.
Cool. And do you feel like you use that education in your day-to-day job?
Not directly, but a lot of things that I learned, I think are applied, right? So there's a part of theory, I would say, but then a lot of applications, and when you connect the dots, it all plays back, right? So surely
Right.
some of the founding principles, absolutely.
Yes, definitely. Cool. So can you tell me a little bit more about your role that you just moved into and what that kind of entails?
Sure, yeah. So the current role is actually very interesting for me personally, and I'm very excited because this is about platform acceleration. And Voyix Commerce Platform, as we all know, is an important metric that we read to the street. So there is actually our ability to connect our customers to the platform and our ability to accelerate their adoption in the platform, which basically increases our revenue and increases our revenue through ARPU, which kind of is a standard multiple that goes up. So my role focuses on platform acceleration, so both connecting customers to the platform and improving their adoption.
Got it. Okay. And what do you think is what some of the key selling points of the NCR Voyix Commerce platform?
So the experience we bring to the table, I think, is very unique. In fact, that was one of the strong reasons why I joined NCR Voyix, right? So I come from a pure software background, and in software as an industry, I have seen the change as software kind of moved from on-prem to cloud, and then more adoption of edge technologies and so on and so forth. But retail, I think, was actually lagging behind big time for various reasons, all the complexity involved, and you can't have like a data center on a Walmart lane, right? So all those dependencies, and I think from a tech stack standpoint, what we laid out as a vision as NCR Voyix is really unique in that sense. And so happy to kind of experience that. That was one of my strongest motivators to join NCR Voyix. And I'm seeing actually in the last 2 years, we made significant progress towards that.
Yeah, definitely. And I know we talk a lot about edge-enabled technology here. Can you take a second to explain what exactly that means?
So that means actually your ability to run stuff in your store, just like how you would do that on an e-commerce website. So if you just browse through an Amazon buying experience, you see actually a lot of changes on your screen all the time. So there are newer updates of software that are delivered to you instantly. Now, the pace at which those updates are delivered can't be delivered at a store because retailers are worried about what happens if a lane goes down. And we take out that fear factor and give them the agility to go faster, just like an e-commerce website. So ability that we enable retailers to, for them to be able to run their store like their digital channels, is a unique thing we bring to the table.
If you had to explain your job to a 10-year-old kid, how might you describe it?
So in fact, I actually took my son and my daughter to Walmart and I showed them like the checkout experience, be it self-checkout or assisted checkout. This is
Mhm.
exactly what we enable with. And I actually, when I look back, right, about my entire career, multiple companies I worked with, this was the first time where I could explain to a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, or 16-year-old exactly what my job is.
Nice.
And it's so
Did they
easy,
think
right?
it was
It's actually
cool?
day to day. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, cool. All right. How do you connect with other people at the company outside of your direct team?
So usually it's Microsoft Teams or Slack
Hmm.
that I pick up. And what I find very useful is in NCR Voyix, we have a lot of diversity, multiple
Hmm.
teams in multiple countries. So there's a lot of different points of view, a lot of experience, a lot of maturity that teams bring to the table. So I find two things extremely important when I connect to people and for it to be productive both ways. So the first thing is the why, right? Explaining to them exactly what I'm trying to do always is very, very helpful. Like, and then the second thing is making my ask very specific of why I reached out. Because I realized actually really early in my career, you can be talking to a lot of people and you can't get anything moving forward if you're not super clear or crisp about your ask.
Yes, definitely. Very good advice. Can you share a project or accomplishment from your time here that you're really proud of?
Yeah, sure. There are actually many of them, and I wouldn't say actually it's personally something that I have achieved, but I think the teams that I worked with and we collectively made this possible. And I think the first thing that stems to my mind is the Center of Excellence lab that we have in sales engineering or pre-sale. So we have actually state-of-the-art lab in our GHQ facility in Atlanta, where we take customers through when they come to the CEC visits, the executive briefing visits, and we take them through latest and greatest of what we have in terms of our next gen. So in the past, this was heavily product oriented demos, and we changed the complete conversation to be outcome oriented. So we talk about how we help customers better their TCO, total cost of ownership, and how we enable them to be faster. So faster time to value, and how we offer them a unique experience and blending everything that we do in tech in terms of consolidating that. And we started delivering that. And I thought that made a huge difference to many customers. So very proud of
Yeah.
what the team was able to achieve. So we laid out a vision, we laid out actually specific standards, and also ensuring that in the process, the tech dependencies don't let us down. So in fact, we track this. So we have zero demo failures for the last 12 months or so that we're tracking in the lab.
Awesome. Yeah. Focusing on the benefits, I think,
Yep.
is very helpful when it comes to sales. What is something that you're currently learning or interested in learning?
So I'm actually really excited on aspects of generative AI. After we heard like or maybe most of you have experienced a ChatGPT boom that happened towards late last year. So learning and understanding ability to use the newer modern tech to solve some of our large problems that we have on hand today, right? So one of the clear tangible things, if you look at, is NCR Voyix. Our unique privilege that we have is a super huge install base. We are the number one POS provider in the world, number one self-checkout provider in the world. So that gives us actually a huge opportunity in front of us, which is a very large install base of our customers who have been with us for years now. So using any of the generative AI capabilities to understand our current customer landscape and providing them a very clear mapping into how they can come connect to our platform, adopt to next gen faster is something I'm very excited about. And that's my pet project, if I may.
Right, right. Okay. Yeah, because we have a big footprint as a big company.
That's right.
But having legacy tech isn't necessarily a barrier to getting that edge-enabled technology, right?
That's right.
Awesome. What is something about you that might surprise even the people on your own team?
Surprise. Sometimes actually people are surprised at how early I am up. I'm a morning person. I comfortably take 5 a.m. calls. So that kind of is surprising to many people when they
Right,
interact with me. Equally, I'm actually not an evening person, meaning calls after 8 p.m., I'm not as productive.
right,
So both are
exactly.
actually a good surprise and a shock.
Your brain is done for the day.
That's right.
What is your favorite thing about your role here at NCR Voyix?
My favorite thing is actually people. I think, yeah, the most important, unique thing that I enjoy is the kind of people that I get to work with. It's amazing, actually. The kind of DNA they have and the attitude they bring to work is what differentiates in a very big way. And it brings a lot of meaning into what I do with our customers, right? And the fact that so most of things are not in our control, but the fact that we have reliable, trustable colleagues with us that we can walk into solving that problem makes a huge difference. I'm very thankful and grateful for that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you touched on that a little bit when I asked you to share an accomplishment, and you said, "Well, it's all teamwork, and I didn't do it single-handedly." So,
It is.
what are you most excited about when it comes to the future of the company?
We have a unique opportunity to change the entire commerce landscape. I genuinely believe that, meaning we have an opportunity with our tech to create Amazons of the world, right? And that's actually groundbreaking. And I don't think many people in NCR Voyix understand or realize that potential. It's huge. It's much bigger than just being a POS provider or a self checkout provider. We are very uniquely placed with all the advantages we have to create the future of commerce. And that thing actually always excites me so much more.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, when we change what the experience is like for the end user, that's how we become a household name, which
That's right.
being in marketing, I definitely want us to be a household name.
Yeah.
What do you like to do for fun outside of work?
So I two things I really enjoy most, and that helps me to recharge is I run. I run a lot, and I listen to music. I also play music. So I
Oh,
play keyboard. Yeah, and I also actually kind of enjoy playing newer modern ways in which music is kind of applied. So meaning, so I have actually some apps on my iPad that I connect to my larger music system and explore newer tech to play, yeah, music. So that's something I really enjoy. Other than that, I also enjoy, and again, a good recharge for me is spending time with my children. So my daughter, who is actually going to be going to college soon, in 2 years from now, so a lot of SAT prep excites me with her, and some of those college discussions. I think, yeah, that's actually very nice. And I have interesting discussions with my son on stock market basics. 12-year-old,
okay.
that's something that excites me too, right? And I think very interesting and unique questions from his point of view as to why
Right.
this happens and what's a Series A funding and so on and so forth. So
That's good that he's already interested in that.
yeah,
So, do you play like original music on your keyboard?
I play actually Indian classical music,
Oh, wow.
but I
Okay,
do actually a
cool.
lot of fusion as well. It's
Hmm.
basically anything that I listen to. If I like it, I try to kind of make my own notes and play. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a good re-energize or relaxing time for me during the weekends.
Yeah. And technology has had its own influence on that
Hey.
hobby as well.
Oh yeah.
What advice would you give to a younger person who's just starting out in their career?
I would say actually one thing that has been super helpful for me in my career when I reflect on, and maybe this is actually generally useful, is discipline in terms of execution, right? I think actually a lot of other factors that we don't control as much or we can control, but this is one unique thing that I think we can control and doing the thing, I mean, getting on with what you have to do every single day in a very disciplined way, right? Because that will surely get you to what you want to do. So I would say that's the one thing. I do find actually with a lot of people now with so much out of information out there and so many avenues, it's very easy to get so distracted And it's very easy to kind of be occupied with exploring what to do and end up not doing anything. Right. So the one thing I would say is pick your bets, maybe one or two things that you're passionate about, and double down and have discipline to do it every single day. I think you will see actually the progress, and progress can't be checked like, like almost every day. It's actually small increments that make all the difference. But doing it more religiously, I think will make a big difference in longer term.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, being focused on a few particular things and then staying disciplined and consistent for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Gopal, it was great to learn a little bit more about you, and thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Not Just a Quick Look is a production of NCR Voyix Corporation. Thank you to Linton Felix, Duval Johnson, and the staff of Bell Studios for production and editing help. Thank you to all of our NCR Voyix employees who have participated as a guest on the show. Our cover art is by Ariana Cole. Our website is ncrvoyix.com, ncrvoyix.com. Any opinions stated in Not Just a Quick Look are those of the podcast guest and/or host, not NCR Voyix Corporation. Subscribe to our show to get updates about new episodes. Thank you for listening to Not Just a Quick Look, available wherever you get your podcast. NCR Voyix Corporation 2024, all rights reserved.